Lecture is about the pin, and the pin is a tactic in chess where you freeze a piece because if that piece moves, something bad is going to happen. So I'll give a lot of examples. Okay, in this position, now we see the bishop moves here. It's indirectly eyeing the king. The knight it is not a legal move for the knight to move. See the chess software goes when I go here, because then the bishop would capture the king, and so this is an example of a pin. So there are two types of pins. This is an absolute pin. Don't worry about the terms too much, but basically where this is an illegal move to move the knight, whereas here's I'll give another type of pin. So where is it in this position? Now this bishop came here, and now this knight is pinned to the queen, because now if the knight moves, the queen will be captured by this bishop. So for example, knight takes pawn, bishop takes queen. So this is an example of a pin, and these are very common. If black wanted to here, black could move the bishop here and pin this knight. And there's lots of different types of pins. Like, I'll give another example. Okay, so in a position like this, if this queen moved here, this knight is also pinned by the queen. So the queens can pin, the rooks can pin, the bishop can pin. I'll give it an example of a rook pin. So this is totally a ridiculous game, but just for the sake of understanding what a pin is. Okay. Now in this position, this is an example of the rook pin, because, and this is really cool, and this is one reason you want to castle early in the game, is because like things like this can happen when the king's in the center. But here the rook is pinned. The rook is pinning the queen to the king, and so this is going to be a forced trade of the queen for the rook. The rook is worth 5, the queen's worth 9, so it's better for white. White's going to win this game. And I think, but there are other things, about pins, is that, like, let's say this were the position. I mean, this is a horrible move, pushing this pawn here. I'm only doing it so you can understand what a pin is. In this position, so this is a pin, but it's not as bad because the knight can come here. And now if you notice, this knight is, you could say it's pinned to the queen. And so the thing about a pin is that if something is pinned, you want to attack it. So maybe the pawn could come here, because if the rook captured right away, then the queen would be captured. The rook is worth 5. The knight is worth 3. So 5 for 3 is not good. But if you put the pawn here, the pawn defends it. Pawn takes. We notice we could trade a 1 pawn, which is worth 1 point, for a knight, which is worth 3 points. So that's a good trade. So it's pin and win is a theme in chess. And yeah, so I think I'm just going to show one more position because this is pretty important. Okay, in this position, this is an example of pin and win. White, to win this game, I'll just tell you this first, okay? I'll tell you this position is a tie. White is up a pawn, but the way it works out is that white can't promote it because white is not set up right to promote that pawn. But I will tell you that because of this pin, there is a way to win this game, and it's pushing this pawn here. So when something is pinned, you want to attack it. So you don't just want to capture here, but you want to push this pawn. And now, once the king moves, you capture it. And now you'll be able to promote this pawn because you have a little more force, whereas I'll go through that in other lectures, but right now just know that just take my word for it that this is a tie. So yeah, the pawn to e4. But you know, now if it were black's turn in a position like this, and the king were to get off the rook, then there's not enough time to push that pawn, because then the rook would just move. But in this position, pawn here, and this is pin and win.